All right, so this is our evaluation from your lesson, from the small group lesson.
Right.
Okay. So the tough part about this lesson was a lot of the things that we were assessing weren't
I'm part of the video.
weren't a part of the video, so that kind of lowered our score a little bit. We'll talk about it. For standard 4, I gave you a proficient for content knowledge. The candidate links the student's prior knowledge to the lesson while recognizing student misconceptions and correcting them. The candidate may devise mini lessons to fill in the holes in the background knowledge, which I feel like you started off with by referring to the fractions y'all were adding with like fractions, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And so you made some connections at the beginning. The next one, again on content knowledge, candidate uses instructional resources, including technology that are appropriate for student learning. You weren't using technology, but I feel like you were definitely making the connections for them on what was expected and talking about what a whole is. So I gave you a proficient for that one. And then it came into the project-based learning, which wasn't a part of the lesson.
Right.
So it says the candidate develops student projects but does not adequately guide students in analyzing a problem or issue. There wasn't really a problem or issue. You were talking about, I think the big thing that I took away from the lesson was trying to get them to understand what happens to that whole, what happened, what you do with that. I would have loved for you to have some type of manipulative, something for them to have in their hand to show them that, you know, once you get to this 5/5, and yes, we said that 5/5 was a whole, but they really don't understand that concept without seeing it. If you don't have manipulatives, draw a picture. Show them, 5 triangles and 2 out of 5. When you get all of them there's your whole. So if I'm drawing a picture, I try to put my whatever that is in a box or a circle so they see that's all together once it's all filled in.
Okay.
So again, just continue to get more and more comfortable with the curriculum, which has been the thing that I've told you the whole time.
You gotta read the curriculum,
Get comfortable with it, and it's just something that takes time. And I think you're going to get it. It just takes time to get there. The next one, application of content again. Candidate, I gave you a basic for this one. Candidate develops and implements a few lessons that are not meaningful learning experiences. These lessons make connections. Are related to real world problems, but they are not problems that have meaning to the students. So the reason why I gave you a basic for this one is because you've done such a good job in my class of making those real world connections, and for whatever reason,
we didn't do it there. Okay.
So that's what took away from.
You know what? There were other ones when I actually brought in like measuring cups and stuff,
Yep.
and I showed them. So I dropped the ball now.
So I hated that I had to give you that because you've done such a good job. Every lesson that you've done in my class, you've connected it to some real world example. You've taught vocabulary, things that were important. And I don't know if it was small group and you just didn't have time to get to it, which I understand that as well.
Yeah.
But that piece was missing, so that's why I had to give you
That's okay.
the basic there. The expectation was there for your students. You did a great job of setting the expectation. The improvement area would have been to have some type of manipulative, which is what we just talked about. What to do next? I talked about the importance of using manipulatives or having something to connect to the students to make them
then they can hold their hands.
understand. But overall, you've done a great job of relating to the students. You had some students that weren't doing what they needed to do at the moment. You called them back. You held them to that high expectation again. And then you did a great reflection at the end, which is where you asked them what they felt good about. Perfect. That's the perfect thing that they need to be doing. So
Okay.
I feel like we had a lot of good things going. Just for this particular observation, for what we're looking for is what threw us off.
I got you. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
You're welcome.